Bonsoir, bonsoir. Oh my God, my voice is already giving me away. I feel like YouTube, you guys are getting ready to revoke my YouTube card. Let me wait for the room to fill in. I'm so thirsty already. Oh my goodness. I am here for a very, very short time. Hopefully, I am going to be leaving this live up. I have been meaning to connect with you guys, but this year my schedule is really packed. I have absolutely no time to come live. The only reason that I decided to jump on live really fast, it's because I just kind of like finished and I said, let me come live, let me promote the mentorship session that is getting ready to start next week. Okay. This week is the onboarding of the mentorship session. And I did not promote anything here on YouTube. I just didn't have the time. I was on Instagram the entire season. Instagram is different for me because I'm attracting a lot of people who are probably in more in alignment with the work that we are doing. So that's why I have not really been here to promote the live. I've mostly been on Instagram to promote the work. It's getting a little bit more attraction. People are more connecting with the work of the youth agency than over here on my YouTube account, right? But still, a lot of the time, my YouTube people are my clients. A lot of the time, my YouTube people are my clients. So I still wanted to come and talk a little bit about 2026 mentorship session if you are interested in joining the program. This year, I say that all the time. It's really one of the best program that I have created. However, I feel like it's excellent because it's 6 weeks. 6 weeks, in my opinion, it's enough time to work with someone. It's enough time for someone to absorb what you are doing because a lot of the time, the first week, people are not really getting the groove. It's like they're not really understanding. You're moving at a fast pace. So when you start really the second week is when people are really getting involved and getting in the groove of the work that I am doing. So, 2026 mentorship session. What is it? And, should you join? Should you not join? I like it. I love it. It's a lot. It's not a program that you want to join if you don't have um, if you have a packed schedule. So it's not necessarily a program that you really want to join if you have a packed schedule because it's not a free program, meaning that you have a lot of assignments, you have a lot of resources. However, we don't have really a schedule. It is a program that is run online. The only thing, hello, the only thing that you will need is that you will need a phone, you will need a tablet, or you will need a laptop because it's a program that is run online. Okay. All you need is a phone. You need to have, of course, access to the internet. You need to have a good phone. You need to have a tablet and you also need to have or a computer, right? This is a program. I'm sorry, I'm not really looking at the comment. I had to focus. This is really a program that you want to join if you are someone who has big goals or you're confused, like you have a lot of the things that you want to do but you don't know where to start, right? So it's kind of like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I don't know where to start, I'm confused. Or you need some structure in your life. So you need someone who's going to point out for you where you need to be structured. So someone who's going to be looking at, your calendar, your yearly calendar, and who's going to support you in achieving three of the goals that you have set for yourself. When you join the program, you are going to have access to workshops development. So you're going to have access to three workshops development. The workshops development, they varies, right? excuse me, the workshop development, they varies between self development, business, career, right? So we have workshops development for people who are looking for jobs. You know, one of the things as an entrepreneur that I teach myself all the time is that not everybody wants to have, not everybody, hello my love, hi, not everybody want to be a professional, right? Not everybody want to run a business. Sometimes people just really want to, you know, have jobs. There are still people who are looking for jobs. There are still people who want to, you know, have a successful job. So we have workshops for that. You know, I teach people how to write resume. I support people in their resume writing and their interviewing skills. You know, on Instagram, I was discussing and I was mentioning to people, hey, boo, I was discussing and I was mentioning to people how tough it is to be on the job market. Because as someone who is looking for work opportunities, you are literally competing with creatives as well. Because companies are no longer looking for people who are straight out of school. So you have, you know, a master's degree, you have a PhD, but you don't have anything on the field, right? You don't have anything that you can compete. A lot of the time, you'll be surprised. Recruiters, companies reach out to people like myself, people who are already self taught, people who are like, they're looking at you and they're looking at the fact that you could be of value and you could work as a contractor in their business. So let's just say that it will be more cost effective for a company to hire you as a contractor instead of hiring an employee and having to train them and having to doing certain things. I've been working as an independent contractor now for probably 8 or 7 years, right? I work both in country and out of country still as an independent contractor. And a lot of the times, people find me on YouTube, people find me on Instagram, people find me through, you know, other links on LinkedIn, right? So it's important to know how to value your skill sets. It's important to know how to make sure that you are remaining competitive. Don't forget to give me a like, okay, on the live so that people can, you know, watch it. Excuse me. So it's very very important. I find that a lot of the times it's no longer this world, guys. It's no longer the world where you are either creative or where you are, you know, you are an entrepreneur but you can't hold a job. We have to learn how to merge everything. So when you are joining this mentorship session, I teach you the ins and out of the job market. I teach you how you can position yourself to becoming an independent contractor. I teach you how to position yourself to work globally, to work here in your respective country, or if you don't want to work in your respective country, how can you position yourself to become a global, you know, candidate? How do I position myself to be a global candidate? The world is not moving in the manner that it used to be. God damn it, we are in 2026. Okay, so your resume, it's not only what's on paper. Your resume, it's not only, you know, going to school or you've been at this company and you've given this company 6 7 years. No, you have to also remember that as a candidate, you don't want to only have a company that should work on for 10 years being your only how do we say that, reference. You don't want that, because what if you want to go into the next company that is, you know, a competitor, but the people that you used to work with now, it's kind of like they're looking at you sideways. You don't know if they're going to give a good reference. You don't know if they're going to look, you know, and give you the best reference that you need in order to get the job desired. So you want to make sure that you are able to enlarge yourself. You know, you want to make sure that you don't only have one reference. You want to make sure that yes, you are working with a company, but you are also a self starter. You also have something else going on. You want to be able to market yourself globally. You want to be able to tell yourself that I'm living in this country, but even if I choose to not be in this country and I choose to move somewhere else, I'm still going to be able to get a job. I'm still going to be able to, attract the type of work employment that I want. So when you join our 6 weeks of mentorship, this is what it is about. Like I said, like I tell people all the time, I don't lecture, meaning that I don't only sit and I converse and I talk to people. No, there is a there is an entire schedule of our program. So when you join our program, you are going to be prompted into our online community, and you are going to be starting to receive your documents, everything. You not only are getting the workshops development that are going to support you, you're going to have access to 12 articles. Each of those articles are related to career or self-development, right? So you're going to have access to 12 of our articles. You're going to have access to 4 books that you have to read. We have also a reading guide. You're going to have access to a deadline calendar where I teach you how to manage your time, right? You're going to have access to our weekly worksheet, because you need to know what you are needing to focus on. A lot of the time, it's not so much that you don't have any goals. A lot of the time, you just don't know what you want to focus on. Your mind is everywhere. You are getting distracted, right? How is it that I have been living in this country for 7 years, going on 8 years now, if my memory serves me right, and I'm still moving forward with all the distraction that have been going on around me? It is because I always stay focused on what I need in order to achieve my goals. Do you get it? You stay focused on what you need in order to achieve your goals. Are we here? So I teach you that. A lot of people sleep on my mentorship. Well, I don't want to say that. I feel like a lot of people don't know that I run the mentorship, but the majority of the people who join my mentorship, they are getting every bit of their money worth. It is a program that is the most lengthiest that I teach, because it is the longest program. We have the accelerator program, which is different, because with this mentorship, you are bringing your own goals. So, yes, the program is structured, but I am supporting you in developing a goal that you have. So, let's just say that you have a project that you want to run. You don't know where to start with the project. You don't know if the project, maybe the project is due in the summer, but you don't know where to start with the project. You want to do this, you don't know how to do it. It's a great program. Now, also, you guys know that I am a consultant, a business consultant from my country. The mentorship program is actually a great program that I always refer to people who need more support, because you're getting more with the money if you join the mentorship than if you were to get a consultation. Because when you are having the consultation, it's a one-time flat rate, and we only meet once, right? Once I'm done. However, when you join the mentorship, you have access to me for 6 hours. So for 6 hours every week, I meet one for 1 hour with my participant, right? So even if you have a project that you run into run, like if you have many questions, if you need some support, you could join our mentorship session. It will support you in so many ways, right, guys? So I really felt like I needed to come, and I wanted to give you an idea, not necessarily promote the work, but speak on the work and let you know that this is where I'm at, this is where I've been. I am going to be a little bit of a hiatus for the month of March and April, because I am going to be focusing on the participant. I want to be able to give 1,000% of myself to people who are signing up into our program. A lot of the time people join the program and they don't know the depth of the work, right? So they are thinking that it's okay, an okay program, until they start to work. I always tell you this. If it is a program that you want to join, you want to make sure that it is part of your top 3 priorities. This is not a program that you are going to be lollygagging, meaning that, listen, I've joined many mentorship program where I had to let go, because I felt like my time was being wasted. I didn't feel like the mentors that I had knew what they were talking about. I didn't feel like they could mentor me. I didn't feel like they could support me. And that is the thing when you are choosing your mentor. You want to make sure that you are choosing someone who is first and foremost, that person has to be wanting and willing to support you. Not everybody wants to fully give you information. Not everybody want to fully make sure that you have access to resources. You know why? Because this is a very competitive world. People are competing. So a lot of the time people are not really open to sharing what they know. And that is not the program that I run. Here with the youth agency, with any programs that I develop, my goal is to make sure that you are learning. My goal is to make sure that you are your best. My goal is to make sure that you are part of the top 10, right? You are acing, you are cruising at what you are doing. It is to support you in order to maximize the things that you know. Don't sleep on me. Men, women, someone who is well seasoned, someone who is young, try me. I tell you this, you are not going to regret. It is one of the best investment that you could make for yourself. It is really one of the best investment that you're going to make, especially, we are still in Lent season. So think about it as a great investment. Spring is right around the corner, guys, and before we know it, 2026 is going to be done. So tell yourself that if you need the support, if you want to have access to someone who knows her things, who can support you in developing your skill set, the areas of expertise, you still have time. The door for the mentorship program is not going to be closed until the 9th. So the 9th is next Monday. And the reason that I am not going to accept anybody after that is because it's 6 weeks. The youth agency already have a lengthy project that is going to be running. So I have to stay on schedule. This is why I decided to come here, because I'm like, maybe someone is going to want to participate and someone is going to want to join us for the mentorship session. If you feel like you really want to, guys, submit your email, youthagencyinternational@gmail.com. That is youthagencyinternational@gmail.com. All week long, you can join the program. I am doing the onboarding as well. So people are receiving their materials, people are signing up. It's a whole process to make sure that you guys get on board with the program. So if you want the support, if you feel like you want the resources, you want to have access to our workshops, you want to have access to our articles, because you can still have access to our resources. You can go into our Beacons account, beacons.ai slash youth agency HT if you wanted to, right? The difference is that when you are joining our mentorship, I work with you one on one. So you're not only going to get the videos, the PDF, the PowerPoint document, but you're going to have someone who's going to work one on one with you. So if you have any questions pertaining to the subject, if you want more detailed explanation, you have a mentor. You have someone who is going to support you. You have someone who's going to teach you. Trust me, guys. I don't even know how I can promote this program. You would need probably to talk to someone who's been and joined us. I always receive very decent people, very people from all walks of life. I receive people who are well seasoned. I receive people who are transitioning. So sometimes someone who's already worked, but they want to become an entrepreneur. So they join my program, Now, I have a lot of questions pertaining to people who have young children and they want to know if young children can sign up. High school, no, because obviously this is a program that has a lot of work. So if you are in high school, unfortunately, it's not, you need to have a certain level of education. So because it's a lot of readings, it's not a program for someone who is like, you are not into academic at all, because you get a lot of reading, you get a lot of like resources, and you have to be able to apply yourself with the resources that you are having. It's not a program where it's like it's a mentorship and you come in and you tell me, oh, Miss Daisy, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to sit there and do it for you. Or no, it's not. This is not the program. This is a very, very well structured program, guys. Every week there are materials that you are receiving. Every week there are workshops that you are receiving. You are held accountable for the readings. You are held accountable for the materials. This is a paid for program. You are paying for that. So you want to, just give me a second, guys. Okay. So I'm so sorry about that. Trolls. So you want to make sure, right, that when you are joining this mentorship program, you come prepared to work. You come prepared to work. I am so excited to do this program. I started in 2021. I've had a lot of success. The number one thing that people usually tell me is that, wow, I didn't think that this program was like that. That's the number one thing that they say. They are always taken aback. Oh my God, I didn't think that the program was so packed. I didn't think that the program was this, that. And to be really honest, I have yet to find any participant, whether it is the mentorship, whether it is the accelerator program, people don't finish on time. This is why this year I'm strict. I'm like, if someone is not starting on the ninth, the week of the ninth, I will not let you in because we have to finish on time. Right after that, I have a second project lined up. So I have to make sure that I hold myself accountable with the schedule for the youth agency, with the calendar year that we have. Follow us on our Instagram account. This is where I just kind of like make sure that I talk about the project. You're gonna see all of the work that we are doing. So it is Youth Agency International HT on Instagram. You want to follow us on Instagram, guys. I hope that you guys are going to join, those of you who want to join, and for those of you who probably are not really wanting to join the mentorship, but you would want to polish a little bit of your skill set. You want some resources. Don't forget, you can have access to our resources. Our workshop are on is in our Beacon accounts, beacons.ai/youth agency HT. You are going to have access to our workshops development. The workshops, I don't know if I said that before, they come in on a video format. So you're getting the workshop, me, I'm the presenter. You're getting the video, you getting a PDF, right? You getting also, most of our workshop also come with a PowerPoint document. So you're getting that. The videos are very, very detailed. So they are pretty lengthy, but they are very detailed. And there are a few videos that are like two videos that you get access to, but you are going to learn, right? It's for you to learn. So if you are someone who feels like, hey, you know what, I don't want to join the mentorship program, but I would love to have access to some of these resources, maybe for your own work, for your business, you can have access to that as well. I think this is it, guys. I actually would love to stay here and talk to you guys, but I actually have to work. I'm literally onboarding. I took the day to come online, but I'm onboarding, so I have to concentrate. I hope that you guys are going to sign up. If you have any questions, if you want to learn more about the program, you can submit your email over at youthAgencyInternational@gmail.com, or you can join us on Instagram to learn more about the program. Okay, guys. So listen, 2026 is it's moving year. It's a fast forward year. One of the things that I tell people all the time is to be able to invest in yourself. You are someone, like, you are deserving. So invest in yourself. Don't only invest in your physical appearance, right? Make sure that you are sharp. Look at the world that we have in right now. Listen, if you want to go for those jobs, if you want your company to be part of those top companies, if you want to be a boss, you got to move like a boss. And a lot of time, in order to move like a boss, you have to invest in yourself, right? You can't be moving around, not understanding how things are done. You have to be able to invest in yourself. So I hope that you guys are going to learn from that. Don't forget, my registration is open all year long. So if you want it all the way till like the ninth, I am open if you want to join the mentorship program, guys. Stay tuned for our conversation series that is going to start rolling also this month of March. Bye, guys.